likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong.
Should all go? Excuse me, sir. You don't look like Justin Bieber. What's going on?
Justin Builder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
And what are you gonna build?
Connect my adapter.
Yes, my dear sir. Should I open it for you too?
Open it for me.
Should I do the presentation as well?
Do the presentation as well.
That's not gonna happen. You should come up. All right, so I give you, after a little correction, Justin Builder.
Oh, yeah. Ahoy. Today we're going to talk about Angular CLI Builders. My name is Justin Builder. I'm an Angular Knight. I'm on a quest. I'm not Justin Bieber, just for case. You have this reminder if you get my name wrong. Who built a CLI builder recently? Raise your hand. Today we're going to explore the unknown, because this is what Angular Knights do. Are you ready to explore the unknown? Would you like to explore the unknown? Would you like to know what I'm wearing under this costume? No. Just checking. This is exploring the unknown. You said yes. So there is a dark spell out there. People are talking about us at the villages. And this dark spell got a power behind any imagination. That's the NG build. And if you want to know how this spell actually works, you need to go across the Angular CLI mountains. It's a very mysterious place. This is a picture of someone who did ng eject before it was deprecated. Well, it's dangerous, but I am Justin Builder, not Justin Bieber. And I want to explore the unknown. So, like the famous quote says, a journey of 1,000 lines of code begins with a single click. And this is Angular, and we've got thousands of lines of code to explore. So, should we start our journey? Should we start our journey? Let's start by stepping into the woods. So what happened after you run ng build? So I was curious, and I looked up for it, because that's the best thing you can do. If you run some command and you don't know what's going on, check it out. And it turns out that the build command is actually delegated to this method called run architect target with some options. So the CLI command is just being transformed into some architect target something method. It's turned out that you can run ng build without this shortcut and just run the name of your project, and this target is this build, this string after the columns, which is interesting because after you run this, the builder is being created with configuration. So this is how it looks like. Who knows where this snippet is taken from? Angular JSON. So in Angular JSON, for each project, you've got this object called architect, and inside of it you've got a build, and inside of it you can see the path where you can find very interesting code. In our use case, it's Angular dev kit build Angular to the browser. So I wonder, what is Angular dev kit and how it knows how to build Angular for the browser? So if we take it a step forward and jump into the source code, you found this. Yep, I've got a dark theme for my Chrome because I'm a knight and everything is dark. So, yeah. So this file, who sits right there, this is the Angular, where are my slides? This is the Angular build for web, which actually run this method, build webpack browser, and I've got a reference for you in the slides. And if you wonder how Angular is actually doing whatever it's doing, how we build your project, this is the source file that you should check out. So the first step in the journey was to understand what's going on after you run ng-build. And I found out, so I said, all right, if there is a method and it's public and we can import it, we should use it. So let's create a builder. The first step will be to create a project, and then, obviously, to implement the create builder function. So, right here, hope you can see it. Right here you see a folder with two projects. One of them is a simple Angular CLI project. Nothing was added. The second one is just a plain folder with some TypeScript, which was initialized as a npm package.json. We're going to go through these files. But before we get started, let's do this. So we said that we've got a function called create builder. And this function coming from Angular architect. So let's take the create builder. Along the way, I'm going to take a builder output and a builder context. Create builder, it's a generic. We already know what is a generic. Right now, I'm going to type it as any, because that solves all of our problems. This is a very advanced TypeScript talk, right? And of course, like you can do any, extend, any, or never. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I would stick with any. All right. Inside of any, I'm going to pass an async function. This function is going to return a promise, which is going to be resolved to any. You're listening to me. Here we're going to pass options, and we're going to pass context. The context is going to be the builder context, and the option is going to be any. You see, this API is straightforward. Now we're going to return something, and because I can return whatever I want, currently I'm going to return an object with success, true. Now we've got kind of the, wait a second, we've got too much of this, almost. What I'm missing, a promise, return any. Let's log the options. Let's log the context. Let's see What's the problem? I think that because I'm not using the builder output. Yeah. So this simple function that currently doesn't do anything, this is actually the simplest implementation of a builder. Let's try to use it in a project and then put something interesting inside of it. How it suddenly becomes 7 minutes? It was 20 before. Something wrong with the clock, I think. So to make it work, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build this project. Basically, I'm just going to compile the TypeScript, npm run build, and then inside of a real Angular project, you can see right here under architect, I just give it a name, whatever name I want. The builder, I'm going to point to this file, which I'll call horses. The option is going to be exactly what you see right here, where and food. And now, if I go ahead and do ng run, the name of the project and run, because this string says run, the builder is running. So right now I'm logging the options, where, food, configuration, and you see this builder, this is the context, will provide you a lot of data and metadata about the environment where you're running. So basically you can get a lot of information what's going on. So technically speaking, that's going to be the skeleton. Now, obviously, if you're going to create your own builder, you want to do something interesting inside of it. Now, I'm not going to build Angular by myself, although you can do it. You can write your own web configuration if you like. You can work with the context. You can completely create different build process, and you can use the context to help you with this. But before of this, because we want to keep everything typed, and this option is an object that you pass to me, I'm going to create a schema for this object. It's going to be a JSON schema, a way to define types with JSON. This is how it's going to look like. Basically, I'm going to say properties got where, the type is string, food is an array of strings. And then, right here, I can create an interface called options. I can extend JSON object, which I'm going to take from second. Yeah. Which I'm going to take from Angular dev kit core. And here I can create type. So we're going to be string, food going to be array of strings, configuration can be a string, and now I can create my builder passing options here, and I can tell that this promise is going to be resolved to the third and last object type that I'm going to extract from the architect called builder output, which I'm going to pass right here. I'm going to use the context and one of its helper method called logger to log some information about what's going on right now. So it's going to be an info and horses about to run. I'm going to put a log right here as well. Then I can use the same context to target other builders. For example, build going to be await context schedule target, and go ahead and call another target. Let's call the build, the actual build of Angular. So What's going to be the project name? I don't know. I'm going to check if I've got a context target, if I'm going to have one. I'm going to take the project, otherwise empty string, and configuration. I'm going to take from options, configuration, and this whole thing, return me a promise. That's the reason I've got the await here. And I care about the build results, so I can do another await and wait for the build result. And then here I can return the builder result success. So these few lines of code, what I actually did here is just delegate. I think I've got a typo here. It's not that important right now, but we're going to fix it anyway. Just can't live with build results. All right, cool. So, few lines of code, what we did right here, we created a shell, we used the logger from the context, we can took a lot of other information, we schedule another target. So I'm targeting the build, which already exists on the Angular JSON because I want to run the regular Angular build. And then I'm returning the build results. And we've got plenty of other methods and other information that you can use from this context. And we can pass whatever options we like. And we can either target our own other builders, or just use some of the built-in. For example, I want to run the test target, to run the testing. And then I want to build Angular. And then I want to take the results and I'm going to deploy it to somewhere. Let me build it for a second. And then run the builder. So now you're going to see horses is about to run. I'm building Angular, the usual build. And then I'm going to get another log. And that's all I need in order to create a shell. Now I've got 2 minutes to go over what's going on inside this command builder thing. So first of all, package.json, completely standard, except this. I'm pointing to the builders.json, builder.json. Nekuda is in a different language. Because when you're a knight, you're speaking a lot of languages. Package.json points to builders.json. Builders.json, it's another piece of metadata that just points us where's the actual implementation inside the command folder. This is not mandatory, there is no convention. Which schema you want to use, this one, schema.json, and add some description. The command itself is a simple TypeScript, and when I run build, the only thing that I'm actually doing is just run the TypeScript compiler. So this is how the most simple builder looks like. We can give an option a structure with a schema. We can define extra metadata, we should, in builder.json, just to map the files. The builder context is the most important object because it contains both helper methods, like the logger, and metadata about our context. We can schedule to run other targets, which is very powerful because we can create different builders or reuse builders that come built in with Angular or the community created. And we've got some other utility methods which I didn't have the time to show you, but you can trust me on this. Trust me on this. So this was a quick introduction about Angular builders, because sometimes those concepts sound to be very complicated, but the truth is pretty much straightforward. What you can do with it. So you can become a knight by yourself. All you need to do is, well, wear this kind of stuff. That's mandatory. But honestly, when you run a command like ng-build or whatever, if you really want to become an Angular knight, don't sit down and say, all right, some magic happened in Angular build. Go ahead and explore what's going on. You might find out that you can customize and you can build amazing things and understand things just by exploring. This guy, another Angular knight, created a template, a builder demo. Basically, the structure that I just showed you. You can clone it, you can play with it, add your own code, and it's going to help you get started. Another Angular knight created a builder just to get you inspired that enable you just to add your own, where is it? Yeah, to add your own web configuration without effort. Just export a piece of custom or extra web configuration, and it's going to merge into the web configuration, and you can add whatever you want with a builder. Another builder that can inspire you, and the last one that I'm going to show you, is Netlify, which basically created a builder. You're going to get those links that build Angular and just deploy directly to Netlify. Because the builder is not just for building or testing or running tasks. You can take the results and you can do something with it. And because it's just JavaScript, you've got all the node modules available. So you can play with the file system. You can write whatever you like. Publish your own builders. That's a great opportunity for us as a community because it's easy, because it's straightforward, because it's powerful. Let's create builders. When we have enough builders, we're not going to need to reinvent the wheel. It's going to be easy to create a complicated build process around complicated tasks just by reusing builders that we created. Sounds good? Do you want to become Angular Knights? When I'm not a knight, I am Nir Kaufman. If you want to learn more about the meetups that I run, the company where I work, 500 Tech, or Angular conferences that I might get you a nice discount, talk with me later on. If you talk with me, I'm going to give you a free copy of my book and my other book. It's about CSS. The nasty parts. If you're going to be here tomorrow, a friend of mine, Uncle State, going to show you how to create electronic music with JavaScript. Who's going to be here tomorrow? Yeah. It's going to be fun. He's a nice person. Thank you. This is my Twitter handle. This is how you can keep in touch. I'm going to be here. Thanks. I'm going to be here the entire day and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So it's not going to be hard to find me, obviously. I'm going to wear this until maybe I've got to get to the airport with this one, see what's happening.
It's going to be a lot of beeping at the airport. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, that was pretty amazing. Sir built a lot. Can we take a selfie together?
Of course.
Do you know what a selfie is? All right, let's do it. Come on, guys, make some noise.